Welcome to the CCLI Reviews channel, where I give you an up-close and personal look at all sorts of products you can find online, from wireless keyboards to lawn sprinklers and just about everything in between. Then I give you my honest opinion of them. If you're curious, CCLI stands for Cord Cutters LI, my parent channel, where thousands of people have learned to save money on their cable bill. But here at CCLI Reviews, it's all about the products you're interested in. So if you're ready to see what I have to show you today, sit back, relax, and let's go. Okay, so the folks at QINLIANF sent me this multi-plug adapter that you can plug into any of your standard wall outlets in your house that have 2 outlets, and it expands it to have 5 outlets plus a bunch of USB ports. So let's take a look at this up close and personal, but stay tuned because right after I show you how this looks, I'm going to go over some sort of guidelines that I feel are very important, some stuff that you may not want to overlook when you decide where you want to put one of these in your house. Okay, so let's go ahead and take it out of the box and we'll see what it looks like. We have the device itself, a pretty good manual here. It explains quite a bit. One thing right off the bat, I noticed, I put this back in the box after I looked at it briefly. You'll see in the manual here, it kind of explains how it will work on a standard outlet like this, the ones that have the typical screw in the middle here in between the 2 outlets, right? This will not work very well on a GFCI outlet because it has, let me show you, it has, first of all, here's the screw that we'll use for that outlet I showed you a second ago, but it has a little nub here that will go into the ground port of the lower socket, you know, as you plug it into the wall. And this won't work on this type of GFCI outlet because there's no, there's nothing in the middle there for that screw to go. And having this on the wall is just going to be very easy to pull off. So you don't want to put this on any outlets that don't have that center screw that you can use. Okay, so that's pretty important. But putting that aside, let's take a look around the box. Like I said, we have 5 outlets, so we have 2 over here on one side, 2 over here on the other side, and then 1 in the middle down below. You have 3 USB-A ports and 1 USB-C port for charging all of your devices or using some of your USB devices, maybe a small fan or things like that, and so on and so forth. Now, let me talk about where I think this would be a good place to put in your house, or maybe not a good place to put in your house. Certainly a bedroom or a living room or something like that, ideal, because you never have enough ports, you never have enough outlets, certainly never have enough USB ports to plug your devices in, your phones and things like that, in those 2 rooms. But where I don't suggest using it is in your kitchen or in your bathroom for a couple of reasons. First of all, in your kitchen and bath, there's a lot of GFCI outlets, and we already discussed how it's not really ideal for that. I know that, I won't get into the details. I know some outlets in the kitchen have GFCI on the outlets and some don't, but here nor there, not a great idea for the kitchen for another reason. That is the power consumption. In a kitchen, you're typically going to be wanting to plug in things like, a skillet, an electric skillet, a lot of watts, right? 12, 15, 1800 watts. You're right at the capacity of this device. A small microwave could be 1200 watts, 1500 watts, a medium microwave, 1800 and up, maybe up to 2000 watts and so on. Back into the bathroom, you have, your blow dryer, your curling irons, not me so much, but some people have those things and use them. And those have, very, very high power consumption. So you're going to exceed the limit on a device like this. And you don't want to do that. You never want to overdraw the power for an outlet, or any kind of like a multi-plug adapter like this. It does have surge protection built in, which is nice. So now I'm going to show you how to connect it to one of the outlets in your house. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is just take the flathead screwdriver and remove that center screw from the outlet. Don't lose it, because if you ever put this plate back on, you'll need to use that screw again. So you take that off, that exposes the outlet. Now this one, basically, as you see here, the top is going to go right into that top outlet, and this little plastic peg there is going to go into the bottom. And it really fits quite nicely and snugly to the wall. You can already see the light lit up there that says it's protected. I flip my bit over to Phillips. It's a little easier here. You do not want to lose this screw because this is sort of a non-standard screw. But as you can see, it's centered already. It's perfectly centered. No issues whatsoever as far as getting this where it needs to be. Just tighten it up, you know, hand tight, nothing special. And as you can see, it's nice and sturdy. And then, you know, you can just go ahead and start plugging your devices in. Let's see, I've got a USB-A device here. You can plug in, this is my watch, my charger for my watch. You can plug that into the USB-C port. And then in addition to that, you've also got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 outlets all around. Where you only had 2 outlets before, you've got 5 outlets and up to 4 different USB ports to plug in all sorts of devices.